Breaking news coming in. No relief for Subrata Roy, the Sahara group chief. He will be in jail till the 25th of March at least. I want to go straight across to headlines. Today's Jaskirat Singh Bawa joining me live from outside the Supreme Court. Jaskirat, Subrata Roy remains in jail.
Well, that's correct. Despite very tough arguments from his entire battery of lawyers, including Ramjit Malani and Rajiv Dhawan, who called the Supreme Court's order sending him to jail under the non-bailable warrant for contempt of court a procedural lapse. It was bad and had error in the face of law. They were in the middle of those arguments, and those arguments are supposed to go on to the next day of hearing. Now, in the interim period, because of the holy vacations in the Supreme Court, because the Supreme Court will be shut for the entire week next week, the lawyers requested the Supreme Court to allow Subrata Roy to come out on bail so he could facilitate a proposal. The Supreme Court said that you were already given many of such opportunities. You do not yet have an acceptable proposal, and you will come now on the next date of hearing, and we will not accept your request to allow him to get out on bail. So at least on the 25th of March, Subrata Roy to continue remaining in judicial custody.
And what do we see, what are we expecting to see by the 25th of March? Obviously, with that massive legal team that he has, they will be trying to cut short that time, Jaskirat.
Well, it remains to be seen. They are, of course, going to be met with the hurdle of the fact that the Supreme Court will operationally remain closed to the next week, although very minimal activity will be going on in the Supreme Court. But this specific bench may not be sitting together before the 25th of March. Although the judges did say that we are willing to continue hearing your arguments even tomorrow, which is the last day before the holy break comes into play. However, the lawyers expressed their unavailability to be able to continue with their arguments tomorrow, and hence have now been able to get this matter listed for the 25th of March. Now, amongst the 2-hour-long argument today, very important to note, Shiv, is the freshest plea that has been filed from the Sahara side is a challenge to the Supreme Court's order that sent him to jail. They're saying you do not have the jurisdiction, and that a Supreme Court's powers are actually, even though a Supreme Court has very wide variety of powers, it is still curtailed, as in it cannot pass an illegal order. They're calling that order something which is actually bad in the face of law or has procedural lapses. They're still in the middle of convincing the Supreme Court about that. SEBI, on the other hand, has been fighting for the Supreme Court's decision to send him to jail under the NBW for the contempt proceedings, saying that the Supreme Court's power allow it to go for allowing anyone or sending someone to jail in the process of a contempt proceedings.
All right, just take us through, Jaskirat, what happened in court today. Could you just take us in detail through what the bail plea was all about and what happened in court?
Well, originally, this was supposed to be a habeas corpus petition which was filed in the Chief Justice's court but was listed in front of the concerned bench yesterday itself. When the bench took it up yesterday, very interestingly, Ramjit Malani said he was not expecting the same judges to take it up. So he said, first of all, it is embarrassing for me to argue against your own order in front of you. And secondly, I will only continue if you do not feel embarrassed by my arguments. The judges said we will take an entire day to go through your pleadings and then decide whether or not it was embarrassing for us or not. However, today, when they continued with the hearing over here in the Supreme Court, the special bench of Justices Radhakrishnan and Justice Kher first heard the SEBI lawyer responding to this habeas corpus petition, which, in addition to the habeas corpus, which is basically, in simple layman terms, it is a petition against illegal detention of a person within the jurisdiction of the country of India. However, they also added the plea for bail today itself. So the SEBI spent half the time, 1 hour approximately, in arguing against their plea and in favor of the Supreme Court's power. And eventually we had the Sahara's battery of lawyers arguing to get him out of jail.
Big setback for Subrata Roy. Stays in jail till at least the 25th of March. His bail plea has been rejected by the Supreme Court. It's more jail time in Tihar jail for one of India's richest businessmen.